And we are live. What's going on, everyone? It is
Hi.
the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends Roundtable live discussion where we like to take your questions as well as talk about what's going on in our lives, what's going on in the CrossFit world, and all of that kind of stuff. So we're here. Please jump in with some comments and we'll put them up there and we'll talk about them if you're with us. Thank our sponsors, RX Smart Gear. Best jump rope in the business. It's the only jump rope I've ever used and ever will use. Go to rxsmartgear.com, use the code Clydesdale15, get 15% off your order. Make sure that's all caps and it's not a new release or a special edition. And I got it right. And we're giving away a free month of mobility movement. Everybody gets free 7 days. Our listeners get an additional free month with mobility movement if you go to mobilitymvmnt.com and use the code Clydesdale free month. And last but not least, C4 Energy. I am going to tell you now, they've changed their POS system for C4, but all of their supplements, you can still go to c4energy.com if you want any of their supplements like the Extend brand or any of the NutriBolt products. Our code still works, Clydesdale. You'll get 20% off your order of the supplements. We are working with C4 to figure out how we can give you your discount with the new POS system they're using for the energy drink. That is the only thing that's affected right now by the new POS. We're working on it, but I don't want to promise anything I can't deliver. So I'm just being transparent with what's out there.
We'll get it fixed.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and our rep didn't even know that change was going to affect us. So I brought it up to him and he didn't even know. So he was taking it back to find out what was going on.
Cool.
So, Scott, why don't you tell us where you're at?
I am at an Airbnb outside of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Why are you doing that?
Because I celebrated 25 years of marital bliss with my beautiful wife, Julie, this week. We have had the time of our lives. We have a little pool outside. It's been lovely to soak in the pool during the day when it's not raining. And it was convenient. My wife has always wanted to come down to this area of the country into the Smoky Mountains. And it was a perfect opportunity since Syndicate Crown and MACC were back-to-back weeks. We could just kind of do it all at once. And that's what we did.
Sweet.
So
Very cool.
So tonight, we're going to go over to the venue, get our credentials, and then the weekend begins.
Kat, you're not going back to MACC, are you?
I am not. I won't be back to any live action until the CrossFit Games, unfortunately. Okay. So no. Boo.
So Julie is going to be our producer from the MACC. She's going to run the computer. I'm going to do all the legwork and then give her discs of stuff to upload. So she's going to take over for Kat for the week.
Yay.
Maybe she'll make friends with the folks in the media room. She'll have them eaten out of her hand by the end of the weekend, I bet.
Yeah, if anybody could, it would be her.
Yep.
Because we sure as heck couldn't.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a proper really breakdown of last weekend, have we?
Well, we had our show that we did Sunday night.
A couple hours after. And then
but
we made our picks for the upcoming weekend. We already have a change. Amy's already screwed. Hunter Holyfield is out with a nagging injury that he acquired during quarterfinals that he can't get rid of. So he's withdrawn. So I won't lose this weekend is basically what's happening.
Well, you know what I decided? I decided I'm okay with not being good at fantasy fitnessing as long as I'm good at fitnessing.
This is true. Good point.
So I'll take last place. I'm fine with that.
Love it. Our buddy Andrew's chiming in. Yes, my friend, we did get great content. I saw him in a funny video. Did Dex post a video? No. Somebody posted a video of their performance at Syndicate, and I think Andrew was the judge. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it was someone complaining about standards, but Andrew, did you see that? If you did, let us know, because I want to remember who it was. I want to say I'm having a blast interviewing these Granite Games athletes. And Amy's pitched in and done a few. I think Charlie's going to pick up a whole bunch tomorrow. Charlie's decided that he wants to interview the guys. And yeah, not Hiller. So funny. And I'm going to do some of the ladies, but just to recap who we talked to today, we talked to Joshua Hong, who has dual citizenship, Korea and the US, and has been sort of flip-flopping back and forth between those two, continents or regions to qualify for the games. And his new goal now is to be the fittest in Asia. Now this year he's under the US umbrella, and he's going to Granite Games, obviously. But he's gotten super fit in the last little bit of time. And he graduated from school in Massachusetts. So he spent a little bit of time in CrossFit New England. He's going to be doing a sort of mock semifinal this weekend with Chandler Smith and a couple other athletes from CrossFit CF&E. So that was cool. He was great to talk to. And then I talked to Julia Crawford, who is 30 years old. She is making her first appearance at a semifinal, but she went to regionals in 2018. But in 2017, she broke her arm during a Wodapalooza qualifier bear complex workout, where she was taking the bar from overhead into the back rack position and snapped her humerus. And I swear I remember seeing that video, and I'm sure like it's been stripped from the internet since, because it's probably pretty gruesome. But when she told me that, I was like, that was you? Because I remember that. I remember that happening. And I think, I don't know if Wodapalooza probably came under fire because of it. I'm sure people were saying it was, poor programming or whatever. But I mean, I'm not bringing this up to disparage Wodapalooza at all. I mean, shit happens, right? This isn't a perfect sport. But I thought it was so interesting that she broke her arm in 2017, came back and to make regionals in 2018, then had a baby. And her son is 2. So now she's qualified again, at that level, but is now going to Granite Games. It's pretty exciting. I'm excited for her. It's kind of cool. And she sounds very much like Ariel Lowen in terms of the fact that what's changed in her training is that she's got a little more balance now, and she's running a gym, and she's only doing classes like once a day, which, we've been hearing that a lot from a lot of athletes, even the ones like, Christy Aramo and Bethany Shadburn, who have decided that like volume is not the way to go, and that, shorter spans of intensity is sort of what's helping them to become better athletes. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I think like a lot of athletes are talking more about recovery, like what they have not been paying attention to was recovery itself, sleep, nutrition.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting body work done.
Yeah, everybody's been overtraining for the last 10
Totally.
years is really what's happening. And we started to see it a couple years ago, but it really is becoming, it's one of those things where I think you have to go through it yourself before you realize that it's the right thing to do. You can hear about it from other people, but until like you experience it yourself, where maybe you don't have the kind of finish that you expect in a high level competition, or you have some kind of a setback with an illness or an injury and you're not recovering the right way from that you kind of are like, oh yeah, okay, now I know what I should be doing. But hopefully more athletes follow suit, because it seems like a good thing.
Especially for the longevity of yourself in the sport.
Right.
I mean, just thinking about the constant impact, things like box jumps and things like that on your joints. Although some, we talk about CrossFit being functional movements, when you are training those things at such high volume and such heavy weights for 10 plus years, your body's going to need, some recovery for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to shut down a little bit. So that was really cool to talk to her. And if anybody's wondering who she is, Julia Glotz. Glotz is her maiden name, and that's her name under the CrossFit umbrella. So if you're like looking at her stats, it's not Julia Crawford, it's Julia Glotz. But she's registered as Julia Crawford at the Granite Games. So she's sort of like reinvented herself, which is kind of cool. And then the third athlete I had met with was Danny Olivieri. She is a former all-star cheerleader, turned CrossFit athlete. This is her first go around at Granite Games as well. She was very nervous to do the podcast because she has a stutter. And she told me when I reached out to her, she said, I'm not really sure I want to do this because I have a stutter and, I don't want to put myself out there. And she did great. And I was so happy that she did the interview and she got through, what she wanted to say. And of course she stuttered a few times. And I just tried to make her feel really comfortable. And she and I actually have exchanged text numbers now after the broadcast. Like we were talking about cheer and we've shared some videos. Like I've shared her videos of Eliana, and she is just such a cool person that she wants to like meet girlfriends. Like she wants to be friends with everybody that she's competing with. And she's, trying to build up this network of, strong women athletes, and we're looking to like build them up. So I just thought she was a delight to talk to. And she's got a lot of promise. She started out, she was doing powerlifting before she started CrossFit. So she's got like the gymnastics background and the powerlifting background. And she's definitely just come into her own this year as a 28-year-old. So all these interviews are so cool. It just makes me want to watch.
Well, I talked to Josh Woodhall the other day, and he is no like stranger to the sport. He's done 11 opens,
Been around a lot, yeah.
5 regionals. This is his second semi, and works full time. I'm
Crazy.
like, people.
Well, and I saw him at Wadapalooza. I saw him at the Fittest Experience.
Yeah, like he's everywhere.
He competes everywhere.
Yeah. Crazy.
Can I ask you guys this? What's kind of funny to me was, so we're doing the interviews like 2 weeks, starting late, like 2 weeks before the event.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you go to the event and then you get confused at who's supposed to be at that event because you interviewed these people for the next event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just like, it's so blurred up in your head.
Yeah, a little bit. And because all of us weren't on all the interviews either, it's hard because I don't have as much of a connection to the people, Scott, that you interviewed for MACC. You did most of the MACC interviews. I did a couple. And then, I'm like excited to see the people that I met right now. They're fresh in my mind, but I'm going to interview probably 10, 12 more people before then while watching MACC this weekend. So it's hard to keep track of everybody.
And I was at the Syndicate thinking all the people I interviewed for MACC were going to be there, but no, it was back to the Syndicate that I interviewed them. And then
it's too hard. It's too hard to get these interviews week of, right? Because they're traveling and they're getting ready. So we kind of don't really have a choice. I do have a few people next week, I think like Tuesday and Wednesday, that I'm interviewing for Granite. And those will be like right up to the very end of them traveling over there. But it's hard. Mental juggling for sure. It's just not my strong suit. Did we lose Charlie? He came and left.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, he is picking up his son for his last day of school.
Yeah, today's last day of school here.
So
Love it.
So now my baby is a senior.
Same girl, same. Yep.
My baby is a senior in college.
It's true. We had prom last night. Prom on a Wednesday. I'm not about it.
Why? Who is it like that every year? What's the deal?
No, this is the first year. I don't know.
Dumb.
There's only a handful of local schools, and I guess they all just decided like, hey, how about you do yours on Wednesday and I'll do mine on Thursday, and then we'll have ours on Friday. I don't know. Is there a shortage of hairdressers and makeup artists that like can't do all the appointments on a Friday? I don't know. But so it was a Wednesday. I had to close the gym. To take pictures of my daughter.
Unless the prom venues are needed for graduations.
Maybe not really. No, these are all like just like dance halls. They're not auditorium. They're not at the schools.
Okay.
They're hers was at like a country club. No, I don't get it, but whatever. Now she was done. I think she had her final exam on Monday and she's done. So now we just deal with her all the time. And Braden's home. William and Mary lost they lost 2 games in a row in the playoffs or in the conference tournament. So they were the first team eliminated, unfortunately. So he's home, which is fun. And we're eating a lot of food because that's what he likes to do.
So I know MACC is coming up, but there's also another big part of this weekend, and I want to know who's participating. I'm guessing Schweitzer is not, since you're out.
Yeah, I'll be traveling on Monday.
Oh, this is Murph we're talking about? I thought you meant the age group online, the age group semis are this weekend too. That's what I thought you meant.
Okay.
And we are definitely not in that either.
Yeah. You're not doing Murph?
Oh, no, I'm hosting Murph here. We have on Saturday, we're doing a 2-hour open gym style from 9 to 11. Today, my exercise was I walked a mile because I had to chart the course for the mile because we haven't done any running more than like 200 repeats here at the gym. So I went out with my little mile marker thing, the little roly-poly thing, and I got my exercise this morning. Luckily, everything ends on either like a speed bump or an actual road, like intersection. So that's cool. I drew the little map, and I'm excited for it. No one has actually signed up for it yet because I don't think they know how to do it or what we're doing. But Murph will be happening this Saturday. Yeah, for sure. How about you guys?
I'm going to do it Saturday. I don't know what time, but I think it's going to be cooler on Saturday. So.
Are you vesting in partitioning or not partitioning?
I always partition. I've been training in a 20-pound vest, so I'll likely wear
something.
It'll be 15 pounds just because I'll take out my plate carrier and I'll just put a 5-pound plate in there.
Okay.
But last year I did it. I broke it up into 25 rounds of 4, 8, and 12. And I loved it. I PR'd by like over 4 minutes.
Let me write that down. Hold on.
Okay.
25 rounds, 4, 8, and 12. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, because it's usually the push-ups that get you. And
I was going to say the push-ups, yeah.
What, Charlie?
It's too much counting.
It's not.
Yeah, for me, it's usually the pull-ups, the push-ups, the run. And I'm good on the air squats.
Okay, you're good there. Yeah.
Good on the air squats.
Okay.
Has anyone done reverse, Murph, I wonder?
I saw a kid do it before.
Yeah.
The second run was easier, clearly. He's not coming off all those squats.
I just wonder how the pull-ups would feel after the push-ups, but they shouldn't. I don't know.
Nah.
Maybe I'll do a reverse half Murph or something. I only do half Murphs. I don't do full Murphs anymore.
So the one year I did Murph, I had to share a pull-up bar with Miss Radowski. So I was all over the map because if it was time for me to pull-ups and she was already there, I would just do more push-ups or air squats and then.
It is supposed to rain here on Saturday.
That's all right.
And but you guys know, well, maybe you don't know, but I am so anal about the cleanliness of my gym that the thought of people running in and out of the garage doors onto the gravel and mud in the rain has me so anxious and on edge that we might have to cancel and do it on Sunday. I'm literally considering moving it because
don't you have a bulldog?
I do, but I mean,
Kat, they make medication for this.
I clearly need some. Will it get me to work out and eat less?
Look at my hands.
I need that too.
This is me at work today. I'm painting. I'm wearing more paint on me than is on the walls.
I think if it wasn't for the fact that everyone comments about how clean the gym is, I probably wouldn't care as much. But it is the primary compliment that I get and that people talk about when they are talking about this gym to their friends. It's so clean. I know. I need to relax. It's okay.
Charlie?
Yeah.
Murph?
You gonna kill it?
I will be doing it Saturday morning.
Okay.
I will not do unpartitioned ever again because it was just brutal.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, I'll never beat my best time, so it's just another workout.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's no plan that you need to not follow?
course. Listen, you have to have a plan so you cannot follow it.
Okay. You let us know what that is.
I'm probably going to do 10, 20, 30 and just keep it moving.
Plan.
No more accurate statement was ever said.
I can't wait to let you guys know what happened.
Right. You want the full report, please. Oh, guess what?
What?
I have my first pole vaulting lesson next week.
Wait. Hold that thought. When I was talking to Kelly Benfay,
I was listening to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I only got through like the first 10 minutes. So tell me, is she going to teach us too?
I would just said, well, can you and Danielle can help Kat and I learn how to pole vault?
When I talked to Danielle this past weekend at Syndicate,
yeah,
when I told her that I was doing it, she was like, "No way, you are!" And I was like, "Yeah." I told her like who the coach was and everything. This guy's like the real deal. Like, this is what he told me. Okay. In Philly, somewhere in Philly. It's about like 30 minutes away. It's next Thursday at 12:30, so I'll be able to give you guys a full report if we do a roundtable next weekend or next week. I said to him, listen, super casual, like however long it takes. I just want to like, maybe once a week, just come in and like work with you and, learn the fundamentals and everything else. He's like, yeah. And he said, well, you're going to have to do some running in between. And I was like, what you talking about, Willis? Like, I don't want to run, but it's sprinting. It's all I have to do is sprint. So thank the Lord that it's not like I have to do this running stuff, but come to think of it, I haven't sprinted in a long time either. I might hurt myself. So
you might.
I'm not sure what
next Thursday at 3:30, Kat has pulled her hamstring.
I give you guys a full report. I'm going to try to do a little videotaping of it. Like maybe I'll bring Eliana with me or Braden and they can, be a cameraman just to document some stuff. We'll see how it goes, but I'm super excited about it. It'll be fun.
Wow.
And it's a fortune. Like, I don't even know how much it is, but I'm pretty sure it's really, really expensive. Like,
and you're just
like we didn't talk about price at all, but like you can get a monthly membership to the gym and go at certain times to like do your thing. And I think a monthly membership is like $450 or something. Like it's fine. Don't tell my husband.
It's gonna be
he doesn't watch these shows.
2 sessions.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's gonna be cool. I can't wait. I'm just so curious to see how you start off. Like, what are the progressions for launching yourself in the air?
You got to do that thing where you start off on your toes and then you run.
Maybe. I don't know.
Guys, I can accurately picture exactly what I would do. Run and stop.
Right.
I would be like, and I'm done.
I'm super
excited. Just like when I tried to do a muscle up, I'll be like, and I'm done.
Do you guys want to talk about some CrossFit news?
Yeah, sure.
Something happening?
There's a new interim CEO.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not sure what that means. It seems like she's been playing that role anyway, so I don't know that it's anything new.
She made the formal statements to the crew, like I think it was yesterday or the day before. Mm-hmm. She was the CFO, right?
Yes. And she's a long time CrossFitter too, I think.
Yeah, at Park City. That's Spieler's gym, right?
Yes, it's Chris Spieler's gym.
Oh yeah.
Notes
down. So yeah. It doesn't seem like, they were very, in the statement, CrossFit was very direct about that this was an interim thing while they're continuing their search, which seemed very odd to me.
Like, why bother?
Most businesses announce an interim and they don't like adamantly say, but this is just an interim.
Or define what that means, right? Like,
right. Usually people just say, okay. But so at least there's someone at the helm at this point. And I think that's a move they had to make with everything that's been happening, with all of the glitches, all of the stuff, and but her statement was completely about the affiliate structure, nothing about the sport of CrossFit.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Which is needed. Again, I will contend forever that CrossFit is two monsters and you cannot feed both equally. And until they split them into two, you're going to be in a weird spot.
Yeah. Well, speaking of job applications, CrossFit has also announced that they are taking applications for the position of divisional athlete committee member. They are trying to create, so think about the athlete council that they created and then the PFAA that exists. They're trying to create these divisional athlete committees that will represent each of the age groups and the adaptive athletes. So they're looking for like a teen, a masters, an adaptive, and I guess maybe an open, like normal age person as well. More than one, like 3 or 4 per division.
Age person.
Yeah, it's normal age person. To be sort of, again, to liaison between, athletes and the competition part. This is strictly like for the games stuff. So they're accepting applications for that now. Should be interesting to see how or if that even pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you brought that up, we haven't talked about the ropes at Syndicate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is kind of our opinion show. So I think this is the place to talk about it. First, I want to say I've been to a lot of athlete briefings. There have been a lot of people not in attendance at those meetings over the years. It is just that it happened this time where the person who made the complaint got hurt.
Yeah, I have some thoughts about it too.
And there was finger pointing all over the place. And you talk about job applications. There is a job that CrossFit has that their sole goal is to be the person that athletes can go to when they have these kind of concerns. And that person was not even introduced to the athletes until Sunday morning. That's a problem.
Yeah. And actually, I'm going to correct you there because that person was introduced on Friday morning because I was there Friday morning when she was introduced. But I will tell you that her role was not clearly communicated. It was, this is Becky and she's your athlete liaison from CrossFit. That was pretty much it. There wasn't the explanation that was given on Sunday morning about what her, what her role was or what she was supposed to, be doing there and why. I mean, I spoke with her on Friday and she told me what she was there for. And I just assumed it was, again, like not a figurehead. That's not the right word, but just there to kind of oversee because it's a CrossFit sanctioned event or a CrossFit licensed event. And, it's part of the games and that there was representation there. Cause I even remember asking her like, oh, are you staying for the week and going next weekend? And she said, no, there's going to be someone else for next week.
So Andrew says the rope issue was not brought up at the athlete briefing.
Yeah, I think what he means is that I think Scott brought it up like as the athlete briefing was over, their athletes shuffle out to wherever and they have access to people in charge, whether it's head judges or floor heads or directors, event directors. And I think that's when Scott brought up, his personal concerns about the rope. I don't know that changes anything, but I think what Andrew's trying to say is that even if, certain people were in attendance at the briefing, like I was sitting in the stands, or if the judges, were watching and everything, that they would not necessarily have been privy to Scott's concerns because it wasn't brought up in the group setting.
And that echoes what Ben Smith said on his podcast.
Right. Well,
that they grabbed people after the briefing.
Right.
So I think that there's so many layers to this particular instance, right? There's there's the athletes expressing it. There's what Scott, I know that you said this about how there was an equipment agreement, and so they had to return the equipment the way it was found. Like I think there's all those layers, and I'm going to say this, and I completely support, and I'm devastated when an athlete gets injured. At the same time, there is some athlete responsibility in the sense of if he was concerned about the safety of it, because it was going to be a fast event, there could have been he could have slowed down or maybe not, come down the rope a little bit differently if his concern was about the safety or the quickness of it.
Because the truth is, go ahead, Kat.
No, I was just going to say, because it is what it was, right? Granted, he complained, he brought up his concerns. They were, not addressed effectively, but the reality was there was slack on the floor. So now you have to deal with the slack on the floor and figure out a way around it, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yes. Yeah.
Because at 20, 22, 24, you bounce back from that pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
Scott's had 5 billion knee surgeries from football and CrossFit, and he's 33, 34. Mm-hmm. He doesn't bounce back as much, right? So it's a bigger concern for the older athlete. And you're right, Amy, he could have been more cautious, knowing that would be a more devastating injury to him than others.
Yeah.
Right. Or knowing that's a risk. I guess what I'm saying is he knowingly took that risk that this could be an injury. This could cause injury. If I'm going to continue to go fast at this, is he trying to continue the competition or whatnot? Or if he was just like, you know what, I'm just here at semis, I want to participate, I want to do well. Maybe I'm going to control my descent down the rope a little bit more because there is a risk.
Because I think it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you on that. I also don't think it should have had to come to that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The right rope should have been sent, and maybe the wrong ropes were sent, or, they should have been able to alter them. Whoever made the decision to not, I wish they had felt less pressure to keep to a timeline or, not have a delay, to be able to sort of sit back, think about it a little bit more and consider some other options like altering the ropes. And unfortunately that didn't happen. And it's hard to point fingers. And I think all the people that were directly involved, I think have the utmost integrity. I know them personally. And, I don't think that they were certainly not trying to be negligent, but a mistake was made for sure. And I think we can all agree
that CrossFit HQ tried to spin the story.
I think everyone's going to try to spin the story at this point. I think, I don't think anyone's going to come out and say we made a mistake, because I just don't think in the world we live in with litigation pending and whatever else. And I'm not saying that there is litigation pending, but it could. I don't think anyone is going to come out publicly and make a statement that said we messed up. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. Do I believe that people in their heart of hearts thought they made a mistake? 100%. But unfortunately, what you feel in your heart and what you're allowed to say based on, the context of your role don't always jive. Mm-hmm. And that's what sucks. But
and there was a statement made at the Sunday briefing that there needs to be better communication. That the equipment people, HQ, and the event coordinator all need to be on the same page when issues like this are brought up.
Yeah. And
it needs to be all of them. And I think that's a good thing. If that comes out of this, then that's a good thing.
Yeah. And Katie Henniger was at the event. She was actually took a picture of her on the sidelines during Scott's heat of that rope climb event. So she was there. Mm-hmm. And, not that, she would have known to do anything, but she was around.
But she sure as heck could have given permission to cut the rope. Had there been a discussion.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. The only good thing for Scott, well, not the only thing, but a very good thing that came out of this weekend for Scott is that he and his wife, Kristen, are expecting baby number 2.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Maybe this was all meant to be, right? He did not need to be training for the CrossFit Games during this time when you've got a little Kinsley Tyler rolling around and a pregnant mama to take care of. So he can shift his priorities and not feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my goals this weekend is, because he did say he's going to be here rooting for the twins, is to get a quick conversation with him behind the scenes.
I'm sure he'd be willing to do that.
So that's one of my goals, just letting you guys know.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, anybody have anything else?
That was all I had.
Any major predictions for the weekend?
Danielle Brandon and Dallin Pepper.
You think Dallin's going to win?
I think Dallin's going to do very well.
I think Noah's going to win. As much as I don't want it to happen.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
what do you think, Scott? You look like you're thinking hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of the athletes that are there.
I know.
I think I talked to Justin Kotler. He's convinced that Danielle may sweep all but one event.
That'd be awesome.
That is where she is at right now in her fitness level, which would be amazing to watch.
Well, who's the next girl?
Well, Brooke Wells. It's going to be interesting to see how that elbow holds up.
Yeah, she's kind of an unknown, really.
Yeah, it's actually a field prime for Danielle to pull that off, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of young athletes in this, but that's kind of been across the board. And the more I'm thinking about it, Dallin probably does have the shot to win this. I know I'm missing a male athlete in my
You don't
head.
think Saxon?
You can't beat Saxon.
No, I think Saxon will win.
Yeah, I think so too. But Dallin's up right up there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Saxon after 5 months at Proven.
I need Spence.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Spence needs to just perform early and not wait till the last day and start running on the event.
Well, Spence is strong.
Do we need to do we know where the 2 CrossFit events fall?
I
like
think
the heavy
it's
lift
the same spot
versus
they
the
did
rope
last
climb?
weekend. It's the barbell first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that'll be good for Spence.
Yeah, they always do their lifting on Friday night.
He's pretty strong. And then the rope climb is
first on
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And both the twins will kill that.
They'll kill that.
Do you think we'll see records broken this weekend now that people know, like, have numbers in mind? It's like that leaderboard effect.
So
do you know what I mean? Like the evening classes always beat the morning classes because they got a target. They have something to shoot for.
So I think in the rope climb, like, it's such a sprint. It's just whether you can hold on or not. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be odd people like Spencer Airy, who we interviewed on the show that broke the record. He is so small, like he is so lean. Like that rope climb didn't even slow him down.
Oh yeah.
And the run, he sprinted every one of them. 2:45.
Didn't I say in a show before that someone was going to go sub 3 and no one believed me? I feel like I said that somewhere.
Not on this show. Maybe these other shows you would.
I would have believed you.
Maybe it was on yeah, it might have been on Plate Stack Check then. I remember saying it to somebody like, we're going to see sub 3, and they're like, really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know what we're talking about on this show.
Stop.
But I would never have guessed that Christy would have been the one to break the record on the rope climb.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been my pick either.
Why?
I would have thought Haley.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And it's the jump. Like, I think Danielle's going to get the jump. I think Danielle.
Well, she's so good at rope. She's so good at pulling too. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. I mean, I think Danielle will get her this week on the
Christy
rope
is
climb.
strong and weighs nothing.
Yeah.
She's just
True.
right up the rope.
Her descent was unreal. She
Just
did
let
that
go.
rich, like free fall catch, go.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
me
I'm
feel
stoked.
good.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go back and see some live competition.
Yeah, have fun. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. I'm trying to
it's-
figure out when I can watch. Like, I've got to rearrange my schedule tomorrow.
And it's so much fun since we've done all these interviews, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you know all the players on the field, and being so blessed and lucky to be that close on the floor.
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
yeah, I just can't wait to get back out there. But I got to take pictures this week because my photographer bailed.
Sorry. Do you know that
No,
I went to take pictures for the prom yesterday, and my battery was dead again. Remember how I was having issues with the battery? So I
I
had
thought
to
you were
take
going to say I left it on sports mode.
No, that would have been funny. No, so I didn't. All the pictures that I took are from my iPhone. Eliana was so upset with me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, her best friend's father is a professional photographer and ended up taking way better pictures than I would have taken. So we're good. But
It's
yeah, I
also
got to get that.
junior prom. We got another year.
This is true.
We'll get it right next year.
Yep, I hear
Yeah,
you.
but I think Kat's having battery issues that she needs to
Yeah,
get checked
I need to
out.
get. Well, I need to get a newer camera. My camera's from like 1973.
Yeah, the battery pack's like this big.
Yeah. I couldn't even get like a replacement, like with all those photographers in the room. Like, does anyone have a charger for this? And they're like, whoa, no.
You got those ones that you hold on your shoulder. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It's like the one where you have to hold the flash separately, and like a little, it's connected to the thing, and you little. Yeah.
So I have
Light
a
it,
Canon
explodes.
camera as well. She's like, I need your charger. And when she goes to put it in and it won't fit. And this is Kat, like trying to jam it down into
Shove it in the hole.
like, come on.
I mean, our cameras are only like 2 years apart, and the battery is like a millimeter smaller than the one that I have. It's so dumb. It's like the iPhone and the damn, dingle dongle things.
The dingle dongle.
The dingle dongle.
It's dingle dongle.
Smashing the battery into the charger.
Scott, what's the word that Matt Fraser called Noah Olson from the games? Dingle nuts or something?
Oh,
Dingle
yeah.
nuts.
It's my favorite word ever. Every time, and my husband loves to call these things the dongles. I was like, can we not call them that? Dingle nuts. All right, kids.
All right.
All right.
That was fun.
Time to let all you dingle nuts go.
All right, dingle nut.
Later, dingle nuts.
Good rest of your trip.
All right, yeah, we'll see you. Thank you to our sponsors. They're awesome. Remember, Clydesdale 15 for our Smart Gear, Clydesdale free month for mobility movement, and Clydesdale for C4 Energy, the supplements, and we're working on the energy cans soon.
And when are we back?
Well, we will be back tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
So I will upload videos that I get through the day.
Okay. And we have lots of interviews tomorrow. I'm going to read them off very quickly. So 11 o'clock, Chelsea Nicholas. 12 o'clock, Sam DeMeester, Nick Matthews at 1 o'clock. We've got 1:30, Sam Stewart. There's a 10:30. Who was that, Charlie? I forget.
11:30.
Joe Piero is at 5:45. Like all day, we have people. And just so you know, the Joe Piero is. Oh, that's going to be. Never mind. We'll be on later Friday night for the recap, right?
Yeah, the events don't end until 8.
Okay.
Okay, then I might be able to.
I will try to get back to my Airbnb as quickly as possible. But
Yes,
we're
sir.
not going to go live from the event because the Wi-Fi sucks.
It's terrible.
My sister's in town from Saudi Arabia, so we're celebrating her birthday tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be back.
So bring her on the show. That'd be fun.
Okay, if she will want to, but I'm guessing she won't.
Maybe we get sauced up Amy on there.
That's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Post-show, post-event
Okay.
So
I love
All
how
right.
we share our production meetings with our audience. That's great.
That's awesome.
I'll do
See
the
you
script
soon.
for tomorrow too, by the way.
Right.